Alrighty, let's go ahead and do these four problems in one video. I'm going to be honest, they're going to take more space than I've given them, so I'll probably end up creating some more sheets for this, but that's okay. So let's start with number 5. We are going to graph, well, I'm not even sure we need the graph. We're just going to integrate this function with respect to the x-axis and then the vertical lines -2 to 2. We know that this could never be negative because there's no way to negate it. X squared is going to be a minimum of 0, and then actually the maximum value of this function will be 1. So actually the function, to be honest, looks a lot like the Witch of Maria Agnesi, which is that. So we need to integrate 4 over x squared plus 4 on the interval from -2 to 2. Now, this is one of those tricky forms of integration where you actually are going to factor out a 4 out of the denominator. So it's going to take a lot of space to do this. If I factor a 4 out of the denominator, I will have 1 plus x squared over 4 in the denominator. Then do you see how these 4's cancel, which is kind of nice? So then I have 1 divided by 1 plus, I'll rewrite as x over 2 squared. And I'm hoping that you can tell now that this is a u substitution problem with your u value of x over 2 and your du as 1/2 dx. So I don't need that 1/2, so I'm going to have to multiply by 2 on both sides. Cancel that. So I'll have a 2 out in front, and I'm integrating basically just 1 over 1 plus u squared du, which integrates to twice arctan of u, and I'm not going to adjust my limits of integration. I'm going to restate my antiderivative twice arctan in terms of my original function. So it'll be twice arctan of x over 2. Now integrate that from -2 to 2. So plugging in 2, I get twice arctan of 1. And then plugging in -2, I get twice arctan of -1. Oops. Did you see what I did? I meant to write a 1 in here, and I did not. So let me do that now. Twice arctan of 1 minus twice arctan of -1. Arctan of 1 is basically saying what angle gives us tangent equal to 1, and that's pi over 4. So 2 times pi over 4, well, 2 times pi over 4 is pi over 2. Minus, and then 2 times arctan of -1, which angle gives us tangent of -1, and that will be negative pi over 4. So 2 times negative pi over 4 is negative pi over 2, and you see here I have pi over 2 minus a negative pi over